My wife or girlfriend can have a girlfriend. Welcome to another episode of Thousand Bodies Podcast. I'm your host, King Joe Jones. Today's topic is my wife or girlfriend can have a girlfriend. I went on TikTok, Instagram, with all my social platforms, and I made a post. And we're going to play the clip. And then what I'm going to do is read a couple of comments or a few comments from Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. And then we'll get into the body bowl. Of course, for you guys that don't know what the body bowl is where I pick a name or a body out of the bowl and I tell a story behind it. Sometimes the stories are interesting, sometimes the stories are good, sometimes the stories are bad, but nonetheless, I'm going to tell the story. So let's get right into it with the clip. Go to the clip. Good morning, y'all. I was just having a conversation with one of my coworkers, and he was telling me about how another woman was trying to get at his woman, and he think his woman likes her. And I'll start thinking about if I had a wife, girlfriend / everything else, when I have all of that. I'm not tripping if my wife has a girlfriend at all. I'm not tripping at all if my wife goes shopping, have sex with or deal with another woman. I just don't see the I guess the threat in it. So I was kind of tripping out and wondering, am I different? Am I tripping? Am I too lax? Because I would not trip if my girlfriend or wife or whoever I'm dealing with has a girlfriend. There will be stipulations. I might do a part 2 depending on attraction, and I'll tell you my stipulations, but Thousand Bodies Podcast. So in that clip, I was describing that if I had a wife or my girlfriend, she can definitely have a girlfriend, and I'm not worried about it, and I'm not tripping. So some of the comments, or a lot of it was like a 50-50 thing where the comments were saying that don't do it or whatever. But I'm going to I'm going to get to a few comments. But today I'm only going to read a few comments, but I actually have another show coming up within this podcast, was called Live in the Comments, where I'm going to read all the comments on TikTok, all the comments on the social media, and then you're going to kind of get a feel of the questions and the answers. So we're going to get right to it right now with a few comments from the clip. So we're on Instagram, and one of the comments on Instagram says, and this is from Fat Girl Princess. Fat Girl Princess says, when a woman is a bisexual, loves her man, but wants to play with a woman from time to time, open, not secretive, and her man is upset, he is insecure, 100%. But I will say from experience, some men have a right to be angry because in some cases, their woman is not attractive to them or to them anymore, or shows them any love or affection / cheating, emphasis on cheating. So Fat Girl Princess from Instagram, I understand. I feel the same way as far as men being insecure. If you want your, like, what is the threat? What is the problem? Like, I think of this. When my girl goes out, when my girlfriends in the past have gone out, they go with their girlfriends, and they say, oh, I'm going with my girlfriend to the, and you're not really tripping. You might be tripping about something else, but you're not tripping about that girlfriend. The cold part about it is she could be actually sleeping with that girlfriend. But if you're really secure in your manhood, if you're really insecure in who you are as a man, I don't think it should bother you. I think a lot of in society, the lines have been blurred. The lines are blind. So you don't really understand the value you bring as a man, because in some cases, or a lot of cases, you might think a woman brings that same action or value. And I know as a man what my value is. I know the difference. I know the submissive versus the dominant. I know the separation. And in my separation of woman to man, me being a man, I'm not threatened at all. And I do feel like Princess said, it's insecurity on the man, because you really don't know. I know what I bring to the table mentally. I know what I bring to the table financially. And I know what I bring to the table financially, physically, financially, and mentally. We're going to go to the next comment. Rochi85, or Ruchi, I don't know, Ruchi or Rochi 85, Ruchi 85. She says this: Men should find that as a threat, just like they find a man as a threat also. No, if I was married, I would not want a girlfriend at all. I would not allow my husband to have a girlfriend on the side either. Why get married in the first place if you want to add another person to your relationship? Ruchi, I hear you, but I think yes, a man or a male that should find it as a threat is in fact the insecure man who's not dominant, who's not setting his standard as a man and creating a separation. I said it like I addressed before. If you're not securing your manhood and understanding what you bring to the table versus what this woman can bring to the table, of course you should be insecure. I also think Ruchi is kind of worried about the infidelity from the man, because I said nothing about the man having a girlfriend or the husband having a girlfriend, but she puts in the comment, her husband can't have a girlfriend. So I think it's more so of a selfish ego thing. Could be wrong. Just addressing the comment, because you're not off topic, but you're talking about the man. We're talking about the woman. I said nothing about the man having a girlfriend. We haven't said nothing about that yet. But a lot of women have egos, and a lot of women are insecure as well, and a lot of women are selfish. So I can understand Ruchi 85 why you wouldn't want your man or your husband, to have that. I get it. I hear you. Next comment. So those two comments were from Instagram. This comment is from TikTok. This is Megan's dad. Megan's dad on TikTok says that woman will leave you for another woman. She'll cheat on you with a man. With this comment, anybody could be cheated on. This is what we're living. This is the reality. So I don't think it makes it greater or less greater to be cheated on if you let your woman have a. I mean, it comes with a healthy conversation. It comes with honesty in a relationship or a marriage, whether it's traditional or untraditional or conventional or unconventional. These things can happen. The cheating can happen. But I'm speaking on a mind frame of being secure in your relationship, where you and your wife slash girlfriend are secure with each other. You guys are honest with each other. You guys knew what it was when you guys got into the situation. So I think she'll cheat on you. That's with any relationship. I mean, but if we're talking about it doesn't make it greater that she'll cheat on you because you let her have a girlfriend, if you're being honest. But I hear you. I hear you, Megan's dad on TikTok. Next TikTok comment comes from T Queen number one. T Queen number one says, be careful. Some women leave their husbands for that female after inviting her in the bedroom. This goes again to what I said about being secure in who you are. As a man, I know that pleasing a woman, she can't please the woman how I please her. And in fact, I can't please a woman how a woman pleases a woman. But I'm secure in what I bring to the table and what I am physically as a man. Versus now, if my woman want a woman altogether, then maybe we need to have that conversation, and maybe we shouldn't be married, and maybe we shouldn't be in a relationship if she viewing a woman as being able to take my place. So, and that's again goes to the blurring of the lines of woman and man. If your woman want a woman, then maybe y'all not supposed to be in a relationship. I'm not talking in the mindset of a woman wanting a woman. I'm talking about a woman wanting a woman in the aspect of, I ain't gonna say fun, whatever it is, her decision, but I'm not in fear. And I think that comes, I'm not in fear. I'm not worried about my woman leaving me for a woman. I'm just not. And even if so, this is the crazy part about this. If so, which can happen in a traditional relationship as well, then that's where she needs to be. The fear, I think it's the fear. I know who I am. I know what I bring to the table. I know the relationship that I got. I know who I am as a man. And of course, in any relationship, you can be cheated on. And yeah, you're right. But I'm not worried. I'm not worried about that. Just like I wouldn't be worried about it in a traditional. Because if she does decide that she want to leave, whether it's a man or a woman, the door, I'm not fearful of that. I think people are I'm not fearful of that. I ain't gonna say I never, as a man, as growing into a man, I'm not fearful of that. That doesn't bother me. And I think that's maybe the insecurity in y'all or the people that's making these comments. I don't care about that. Next comment. Comment from Davina Jenkins on Facebook. Davina Jenkins on Facebook. You would care if you stopped getting some because she already satisfied. That goes to my point. If she's on the level where she's into a woman that much, maybe she needs to be with a woman. Like I hear y'all comments, but it's not penetrating anything over here because I'm not worried about if she wants to be a woman. She get the door. It's an open, not an open relationship, but the door is open. If she wants to be a woman and be with a woman, and now she's so satisfied where she doesn't want a man, you guys are crazy. You guys are crazy in the comments, but I hear you guys. Fearful. I think this is the okay. This is the last comment I'm going to comment. Denise Bias. Denise Bias on Facebook. Denise Bias says some guys do be feeling intimidated. I don't know, but bruh, let me be a man. Let me be a man, and my woman like girls shit. Go ahead, I'm cool with it. Oh, let me be a man. If she was a man and my women like girls, I'll be like, go ahead. I'm cool with it. Got it. I got you. But any guy I deal with, they know I like women. So like it or not, or bet or beat it, Jack. Beat was spelled wrong. Or beat it, Jack. I feel you. I feel you, Denise. I feel you, Denise Bias from Facebook. Like, what's the threat? What's the problem? And especially if you were dealing with women before. What's the problem? Oh, this is another thing, and that's it for the comments. Oh, like I said, make sure you watch the. I'm going to be going live in the comments where I'm going to read all the comments. I think it's like 100 comments, and I'm going to read and address all the comments. That's going to be another show on this channel called Live in the Comments with King Gerald on the Thousand Bodies podcast. So another thing I wanted to address is the stipulations. I said I had stipulations. So another thing they probably missing, I know in some of the comments, it kind of veered to what I'm going to say in my stipulations. I had three stipulations or three discussions, that healthy discussions I would have with my wife or girlfriend if she wanted a girlfriend on the side or a girlfriend. So here are the three stipulations, and it probably get answer some of the comments or some of the questions. One of the stipulations is that the girlfriend that my wife or girlfriend would have has to be feminine. She cannot be a stud. She cannot be aggressive. She has to be a woman like my girlfriend or like my wife. She has to be a woman's woman, womanly, soft, and feminine. The reason why that has to occur is because that dodges the aggression or the blurred lines of a stud thinking she's a man, or thinking she can, maybe not thinking she's a man, but can perform the acts of a man, or thinks she's in the category of man, or thinks she's equal or have the qualities of a man. So I don't want to, we're not going to even get into that mental struggle or that mental deficiency. And we're going to just deal with feminine females. The second stipulation is, or the second discussion that needs to be had, is the actual acts of sex. She cannot bring toys, big toys, regular woman stuff. Cool, I'm not tripping. You could do that. Bring in big toys like dildos or straps. We're not participating, because now again the lines are being blurred, because now you're leaning into being a man and possessing the things that I have. Whereas, like I said initially, the separation from a woman and a man is what creates this comfortability for me. But if you're bringing a strap, which that's another thing too, which a strap, I can't say pause. I can't tell you what it compared to or not. For me, I know that I'm doing something different and feeling differently than a plastic strap. But so no straps, no toys, no big toys, none of that is one of the discussions that need to be had if my wife or my girlfriend wants to have a girlfriend. And the last stipulation, the last healthy discussion we will have to have is this, and this is this is why I save it for last, because it's kind of controversial. The last stipulation or discussion we will have to have is I have to sleep with that woman or that girlfriend at least once. It don't have to be continuous. I probably don't even need to be with her more than once. But this is to set the standard. This is to set the foundation in knowing who I am in my wife or girlfriend's life. And if she really wants this, or my wife or girlfriend, she's going to submit to me. She don't have to submit to me continuously, but she understands the structure of what we have going on here. She understands that you have to render unto Caesar's what is Caesar's. You have to render unto King Gerald Jones what is King Gerald Jones. So, and If it don't, if it that, and that's cool because I've seen in some of the other comments, oh, you want control? Yes, yes, that's exactly what's happening. I am in control of this situation, and I don't have to be all everyday hands-on control, but there is going to be some kind of control on my behalf in this situation, or it doesn't have to exist. Bottom line. And even with the sleeping with her one time, we can have, a threesome or whatever the case may be. And this just has to, and also another thing I thought about, let's say one day, or not one day, let's say that the girlfriend is feeling some type of way or feeling froggy or whatever the case might be, it's always going to be understand that you knew what it was when you got into it. You knew what it was when you got into this so much that you submitted to having intercourse with me and her. You submitted to the rules. You submitted to the conversation. You submitted to what it was. If you start feeling some type of way, which I'm not against whatever way you feeling, but there will be some kind of control and some kind of understanding and logic to the emotion you may be feeling. All these stipulations, these three stipulations that I put in place are for a reason. They're not just there because they're for a reason. And guess what? Guess what? You got it don't have to exist. The relationship don't have to. I say this in the ultimate humbleness. You guys be so fearful of getting left. You guys be so, and that's because you guys don't know what you bring to the table. You guys don't know who you are. You haven't built yourself mentally. You haven't built your first mentally. You haven't built yourself emotionally. Excuse me, financially, not emotionally, financially. And you haven't built yourself physically. You haven't put yourself in the pinnacle of who you could be to build the confidence. I've been there, done that, still doing that. But I'm not fear. If a person wants to, man, I'll tell you. I don't know if this is off topic, but I'll tell you this right now. If a person want to leave you, let them leave you. They don't want to be there, let them go. So all these threats that in these comments, I don't care about that. So you guys got to probably talk to somebody else about that. I know who I am, so it doesn't bother me. uh I think that's the end of the topic. That's our end of the topic for today. So to address it, yes, my wife or girlfriend can have a girlfriend. So we're going to get into the next segment. The next segment is the body bowl. You guys know what the body bowl is. You guys know what the body bowl is, where I pick a name. For you guys that have been watching, y'all know what it is. For you guys that's new, you guys don't know what it is, but you guys going to see what it is. Today, I have a continuation from last episode. I'm not going to do a recap. So if you want to know what happened or the story leading up to what I'm going to talk about today, then go to the previous episode and watch it and see. So I picked a number, I picked a body where it kind of more so gave reference through a situation with me and my dad. Although I experienced the sexual thing with the thousand bodies, the more chunk of the story, it was in regards to my dad. So I'm gonna get right into it where I left off. So the last thing I left off with was calling my mom and my mom telling me that my father, all these years, I'm 19 years old. My mom finally telling me after 19 years old, 19 years, that my father was a crackhead, and that's why he had been going in and out of prison. It wasn't because of all these stories that these people have been telling me, like he was this G and he was this hell of a guy and he was this gangster and all this whatnot. It was him going to prison back and forth because he was a crackhead. So this was eye opening to me because everybody was trying to make me believe that he was this other guy, you know. So, like I said, previous story, I found out that he was smoking the dope we were supposed to be selling. So I get off the phone with my mom and I'm looking at him again, and he's still there in the same spot. He's rocking back and forth. He's on the edge of the couch. His eyes are big as silver dollars, and he's pushing his thumbs. I don't even know what that means to this day. He's pushing his thumbs in the middle of his legs. I don't know what that means, but that's what he's doing. So I get off the phone and I'm just looking at him, and it's just registering all these years. And my mom finally told me, like, hey, he's a crackhead, like he's a crackhead. So I'm just looking at him. Now I see the high in him. I'm sitting on the couch at my grandma's house, and I see the high in him. I see he's on one. And he's not even, I don't know. I don't know how dope is. It seems like, I can tell you what it seems like. It seems like he don't even notice I'm there. It seems like he's in his own little world, rocking back and forth. And I'm just sitting there, and I'm just sitting there, and I'm also thinking about, dang, I just lost $3,000. I just lost $3,000 from thinking that I'm about to sell these drugs. So I want to ask them questions, but I see he's not even here. He's not even present. He's not even. It's not the time. So I think I end up leaving. I end up leaving, or when my friend picked me up, I end up leaving. But the whole time I'm thinking about, like, hey, this is crazy. Like, this is the man who's my dad, and who I missed out all these years. And maybe I start thinking, maybe it was good that I didn't have a dad. Maybe it was good that he wasn't present in my home with my mom, if this is who he is. So I'm just and I'm just thinking, I'm reflecting, I'm just thinking. I'm thinking, and I'm thinking how I want to handle this with him. And it's really nothing I can do. It's really nothing I can do about him, spending me taking this $3,000 loss at the age of 19, thinking I was about to get my vehicle and so on and so forth. So I leave. Next day I come home or whatever, and I get home and he's there and he's acting normal. So now I ain't gonna do too much probing and questioning at this time. Like he said, uh, my grandma, his mom, didn't know, or didn't, don't mention to her, don't bring it up to her. Thinking back further into the story, and I believed him. I believed that she knew, but and caught him at the time, and don't bring it up, and she won't say nothing, but she would have said something like. But I was so naive into this drug game, and I was so naive into with my father and who I thought he was as a man. I didn't think I would. I didn't know if he would lie to me, but obviously we hear and the lie is being told. So moving on along into the story, it's in the morning, and I'm talking, and I start this conversation with him. I was like, "So what's up now? Like, what happened?" And he's like, "I don't know, Jamil. It's just gone or whatever." So although he's not high anymore, it's like a done deal. Like he has no answer for it or whatever. I was like, so I'm like, you smoke both, because remember I got the other pack from the girl, and I got the other pack when she brought the second delivery. So I'm like, you did both? You flushed both? And he like, yeah, yeah, I have to get rid of it because your grandma caught it, and he's really just continuing with this lie. And I'm really just and the way that I'm responding right now is kind of like I'm thinking. I'm trying to not outthink, but just trying to navigate, like, what's up with this food. So I'm like, even the second pack, he was like, and this is this crazy part, getting back into the body bowl of it, into the girl that I slept with, into the woman I slept with. Uh, I was like, even the pack that she brought, the second pack, he was like, who that whole brought? We on another level now. That the whole brought? That the whole brought. The whole brought. So that rings in my head, that rings in my ear, hoe. So I was like, what you mean, hoe? He was like, yeah, the hoe. And I'm not offended about her like she's my woman, but the way he said it was like a hoe. And I was like, what you mean, a hoe? He was like, yeah, that bitch was a prostitute. A prostitute. So not only have I just lost my money, the $3,000, this, I'm like, a prostitute. Like, and let's pause on this. I'm gonna rate the girl again for you guys. She was at the time. I had to think about this during the week. At the time, I was 19. She was a 10 out of 10. She was 100%, because my 19-year-old mind was young and naive, and my 19-year-old mind hadn't had the experience. So I don't think she would be a 10 to this day, with my experiences. But at the time, I was 19, and she was a grown woman, and she was pretty. In my 19-year-old mind, she was a 10. I had to make sure I said that, because I was like, looking back, I don't think she was a 10. But at 19 years old, I thought she was a 10. So getting back, he's like, oh, the hoe, the prostitute. So I'm like, what you mean she's a prostitute? I thought that was oh boy, the drug dealer that sold us the dope, I thought that was his girl. He was like, no, that's his bottom bitch. That's his little top bitch. That's his little, she a prostitute. And the way he said is like nothing. And it's so major to me because one, I've never slept with a prostitute. I don't want to sleep with no prostitute. And you put me in danger of, because, and I think I said in episode 1, had she not she didn't force the condom, she suggested the condom. Had she not suggested the protection, I probably would have went bareback into this prostitute. And I didn't, to this day I ain't messed with no prostitute. So what make, and it's all just making reflect on maybe it was best that he wasn't in my life. So let's get into the thick of it. After we have that conversation, I don't show him that I'm upset. I don't show him that I'm mad because at this time I'm kind of numb. I'm more so doing learning and observing and mental notes. So I just like, oh, so, but I'm thinking in my mind, this fool just had me sleep with a prostitute. These fools just tricked me and had me. I don't want to sleep with no prostitute. So anyway, boom. So that was a done deal. The drugs was gone. I found out I done slept with a prostitute, thinking I done slept with a solid woman. And fast forward, I'm still working at Foot Action. I'm working at Foot Action in the Crenshaw Mall, and I'm getting my little money or whatever. Yeah, of course, I lost my 3,000, so that's a setback. But I'm, stacking my little Foot Action money at the shoe store or whatnot. So I didn't have a bank account then. So what I would do was hide my money. I cash my check and hide my money in the old backpack in the closet in the bottom of the closet. One day I come home off work. This is probably like a week later. This is not even too much later. This is probably like a week later. Within this week or 2 weeks, within this week or 2 weeks, I forgot or I didn't mention, I failed to mention, he's gone. He's not trying to get a job. I don't think he went to see his parole officer. He's not trying to get a job. He's not trying to get on his feet. He just leaves. He just leaves at night and stay gone all night and then comes home in the morning. And this is happening every day straight. What I figure now, didn't know then, figure now, this fool he tasted that dope. He tasted them drugs. So now he's in the street. Keep in mind, we're on Fig. I told you my grandma stays on Fig and Vernon next to that Shell gas station in those apartments. She doesn't stay there now, rest in peace. But that at the time of the story, that's where she stayed. So he's on Fig. So every night, every evening, he's leaving and he stayed gone all night. For 2 weeks, this is happening. To one time, I remember even one time, and one time before I get to the bulk of it, one time I think I was out with my homeboy and I come home late at night or whatever. I see that he's not home. So I walk in, boom, and I open my closet. I'll never forget this. He's in the closet, the small closet, and he's is it upside down? He's on his back, but his legs are up against the wall. He's on his back and his legs, and again, his eyes are. I'll open the closet and he looks at me, and his eyes are big as silver dollars. And he's in the closet on his back, legs on the wall, upside down, high. So within this 2 week realm of when he first get out and when I'm about to tell you, he's in the closet high. I don't know if he's hiding from people. I don't know what he's doing. He's high in the closet. In the closet high. So I open the door in the closet door and I look at him and I'm like, I just do that and I close the door back. Fast forward to the 2 weeks where I'm about to tell you. So like I told you, I'm working and I'm stacking my little Foot Action money that I'm working at the shoe store. I go look for my money one day inside of the backpack, and guess what? My little money that I'm stacking for my little job is missing. Call my mom again. She was like, boy, you need to go on and come over here. You need to go and move in with me because that's why and she breaks it down for me. She said, that's why I've kept you guys away from them. That's why I kept you away from him, because I know what he would have done to your life. I know who he was. I know all these things. And it really, it gave me perspective on, and I never was really mad at my mom for keeping us away. I think I told you in episode 1, you can't miss what you never had. So I really wasn't yearning or feeling for having a dad. It never really bothered me until I really understood what I was missing as I got older as a man. But what my mom is saying at this point, I really understood. I really grabbed it. Like, dang, this is why she, kept us away from him, because he's like, uh, not a solid guy. I don't want to disrespect him, but he wasn't a solid guy. He wasn't a good dude. So this is why my mom kept us away from him. So getting back into the story, I call my mom. She say, I've already been dropping my middle name when she calls me, and she say, "Yeah, you need to come on and leave from over there and get away from him, because this stuff is going to keep happening. And that's why I've kept you away from, kept you away from him, kept you and your brother away from him for so long, because he's not a good man." So I accepted. I accepted what my mom said and understood it and respected it. But my money is gone, so now something has to happen. So boom, it's evening time. And at this point, from that 2 weeks, now he's not even coming home to my grandma's house. He's staying, I don't know where he's living at. I don't know where he's staying at. I've seen a couple times when I will be leaving at night, sometimes he'll be up and down Fig. He'll be up and down Fig. I've seen him on Fig with the prostitutes. I've seen him on Fig with this bum guy, tall black bum guy with a basket of stuff. I don't know what was in it. So I'm really like, this man got out of prison of doing 10 years and back on dope in 1999. Boom. So my money gone. I'm about to find this dude. Mind you, keep in mind, they've been telling me that I'm about to find him and we're about to fight. That's what's about to happen. That's in my mind. I'm about to find him and we're about to fight, because you stole my money. My money is gone. You already had me mess off my $3,000. Now you just stole my little money that I'm spending, you know, that I'm saving for my job. I leave out the house. I'm walking up Fig. I'm walking up Fig. I see the one bum guy that he be with. And I was like, "Have you seen my dad?" And he actually he tell me the street. I forgot which street number, but then he said on a left on, yeah, yeah, yeah. And he'll be in this abandoned house. This is nighttime, walking on Fig, make the left on whatever street that is. Walking, boom, boom, boom. Thinking in my mind, I'm really about to fight my dad. Probably about to get beat up because of what the stories they didn't told me. This man had hands and all this stuff, but he got to feel me. He disrespected me and he took my money. Boom. Walking down the street. I don't even have to see the abandoned apartment. I see him outside on the front porch with the bum guy with the basket. And they're on the abandoned. And with each day that's passing, I'm losing respect. I guess I'm losing respect for him, and I'm not respecting him. And I'm really understanding, like, dang, like this was who he was all this time, where I thought he was this other guy that everybody had been pumping him up to be. Boom, I see him. I said, "Hey, hey." So he sees me. And I always remember, I think I know more of his eyes being big than his eyes being regular. So I see him and he looks when I say, "Hey." I was like, "Hey, you stole my fucking money? You stole my money out my backpack?" He don't confirm. He don't deny. This is what he says. And this is a, a quote, or this is what he said etched in my head for a long time too. "Go on, Jamel. Go on, Jamel. Go on." And I'm on his head. You stole my, and when I see that he really don't want to fight and not aggressive, it kind of like it didn't turn me down. Well, it did turn me down, but the more the emotion that I was feeling was sadness. I'm like, and he like, "Go on, Jamel, go." No matter how up I'm turning up on him, and I can see he doesn't want to fight. He doesn't want to fight me. I think he's high at the time. I think it's the drug. All he keeps saying is, "Go on, Jamel, go on, Jamel," like, "Go on, Jamel." And I decide not to fight him. I think right now I'm missing some parts, some intricacies of the story. So I'm gonna just let that be. Nothing major, but just fit the emotional part that I'm feeling. I think I'm missing that right now and not able to convey that on the camera. But All I'm saying is that I decided not to fight him, and I really see that he's not who I thought he was, and he's just saying, "Go on, Jamil," as I'm turning up on him. So I decided not to fight him, like I said, and I tell him, I said, "Hey, don't come back to Grandma's house. You can't come back there. You can't come back to Grandma's house. Go on, Jamil. Go on, Jamil." That's all he's saying. Go on, Jamil. So I leave or whatever. And now I decide in my mind I don't have a dad. I didn't have a dad back then, but I'm more so focused on like, hey, this fool, he not my dad. Like I don't have a dad. There's nothing we could there's no relationship we could have. So whatever. So boom, I get home. And that's it. That was it mentally for me as far as having a dad. I don't want no relationship with him. I see the man he really is. And I will say this too in learning about I've learned not to be offended by him being what do am I calling him a crackhead or a, abuser? I don't know. I'm not into all that. Whatever it's called, drug abuser, whatever he is or whatever he was. I learned that you really can't, and this is for anybody that have this experience. You really can't fault them. You can't really blame them in that act of using drugs and doing these scandalous things. Once they take that hit that first time, the drug is in control of their brain. Like it's not even about them doing an act or a disservice or disrespecting you or stealing from you or disrespecting you. That's gone. That's out the table. So don't take it personal. Like once they take that first hit, that was that decision or that's out the window of them. So don't be offended. Don't be offended at the things that he do because the decision that's been made when he took that first hit. Everything else is just collateral damage. So don't take it personal. He's just the drug has taken control and he has no control over himself or his brain anymore. All he wants is that drug and he's gonna do anything to get it. So fast forward. Oh, and I meant to tell y'all even this. So all this stuff occurred in December. He was released in December. All this occurred from December to what I'm about to tell you now. From December to February, all of this stuff occurred. Him with the money, him doing smoking, starting to smoke, the prostitute, all this stuff occurred from December to February. And the reason why I mention February is because now it's February 6th on this day that I'm about to tell you about, and it's my birthday. So it's my birthday, February the 6th, and my grandma's throwing me a birthday party and inviting all the family over or whatnot. So boom, everybody's coming over and whatever. And they're even asking me, like, where's your dad? Where's your dad? They don't know from December to February. This man then relapsed and smoking dope and he's on Fig, messing with prostitutes and smoking dope and bums. They don't know this. So they're like, where's your dad? And I'm like, I don't know, whatever, whatever. So one of my aunties come over. One of my aunties hadn't seen him in years. Of course, he's been in for 10 years. So she's like, oh, well, can you find him? Can you guys find him? So then my other auntie says, yeah, we'll look for him. Because my other auntie that and my cousin, they frequent my grandma's house too. And they have seen him up and down Fig too. So my other auntie that hadn't seen him suggests to go find him. And my auntie that has seen him and my female cousin that has seen him, they say, okay, we'll go find him. We'll go get him for my birthday, to invite him for my birthday. So my cousins, my female cousins, I think it's three of them, they all go up Fig, down Fig to find him in this little radius of Fig to invite him or bring him to my birthday party. Boom, 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 boom. I got my little girlfriend there, all the family there. I'm having fun. It's cool, whatever, whatever. About an hour later, my female cousins walk into the party. Lo and behold, it's my dad. He's with them. And he looked toe up. He looked smoked out. He looked like a bum. But he's a crackhead now. He's a smoker. I don't know what to call it. That's all I could call it is seeing what I see. Boom, he walks in. So then everybody, hey Jerry, hey, how you doing? Hey Jerry, whatever, whatever. Hi Jerry, whatever, whatever. They giving him hugs, but he looked like a bum. So he like, hey Jamel, what's up? I'm like, what's up, man? So he said, I need to talk to you. I need to talk. Can I talk to you? I said, we could talk after the party or whatever, man. He's like, all right, man, all right. So he goes into the bathroom. So my grandma calls me in the back room. She's like, get your dad some clothes. He's going to take a shower, get him some clothes, get him a towel, get him some stuff, whatever, whatever, whatever. Boom. So I get him some drawers. I get him some of my drawers, get him some clothes or whatever, whatever. And I put it in the bathroom. So he's like, thanks, Jamil. So he go in and take a shower or whatever. Boom, 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 boom. And I forgot it was something I forgot to bring him, maybe some socks or something. So he calls me into the bathroom. And this is another image or visual that I'll never forget. So he calls me into the bathroom. He's like, hey, you, at the door, he's like, you got some socks? So boom, I go get him some socks. I get him the socks and I open the door to give him the socks. Mind you, this is in 1999. I'm probably 110 pounds soaking wet. I'm probably I don't know, but I'm super skinny. And I gave him a pair of my medium drawers to wear. And I'm looking at him in the drawers. Not only is he able to fit my medium sized drawers at the age of 19, mind you, he had got out swole, he had got out buff the first day that I seen him. Now he's double folding my medium sized 19-year-old drawers, and they still are about to fall off of him. So you didn't smoke your whole health, weight, and self up. And I'm looking at this, and again, it's just one of the memories I have of him getting out. And you got my drawers double folded so they could fit you because you're skinny. And I was 19-year old wearing a medium sized drawers, probably 100 pounds, and he can't even fit them. I do it again. That's all I'm hitting them with. So I leave out the bathroom, boom. We party and stuff. We having fun. We playing dominoes. He looked cleaner now. He washed his face and took a shower or whatever. So we all mingling. We having fun with the family, whatever. And I'm wondering, do they even know that what I just went through from December to February 6th with this guy, with this man, with my dad, and they just having fun, whatever, whatever. Fast forward, party over. Party is over. He's there. Everybody leave. My grandma there. I'm there. So he's like, Jamil, can I, I said, can I talk to you? I'm like, what's up, man? I sit on the couch. He run me the spiel. He run me the spiel. He run me the spiel. I apologize for everything. I want to get my life together. I'm going to get my life together. And he's running me the whole spiel. He's running me. You guys, if y'all know the spiel. And in my mind, I want him not for me. I want him for himself to be a better man and to help himself. So I encourage him. Believe it or not, I'm not even mad at him. I'm not disrespect. I'm like, you know what, man? I said, yeah, you can do it, man. You can do it. You just got to focus. You got to, and I'm really encouraged. And it's surprising saying it right now because I really understand how mature I was back then to do that. Never really thought about it before, but in this moment, I realized that, like, dang, you really was still. Because I probably think now, not that I would have, but I should have been angry. I should have not listened to him. I should have been disrespectful. I should have not should have, but it was I could have been disrespectful. I could have been angry. I could have had not even talked to him. But I remember at my 19-year-old mind, I still was encouraging him. I still was encouraging him to do what he could, the best he can do, and that he can do it, and that just focus. And I really remembered myself saying that. I really remember myself, giving him that encouragement. So anyway, after we have the conversation, maybe an hour later, after, like I said, everybody going from the party, you're like, all right, Jamel, I'm gonna make a run. I'll be back. I'll be back. I'll be back. I'll be back. And I remember him grabbing, and well, for the sake of the story, this whole time, another image that I remember is that I bought him a black Levi's jacket. And he always used to have that black Levi with the little fur in his jacket. And he always used to have that little black Levi's fur jacket through his first day out, through his smoking, through everything. Even when I saw him in the closet, upside down on his back with his legs on the wall, and I remember him having that black Levi's jacket that I bought him. So fast forward back to the story. He like, I'll be back tomorrow. I'm gonna get my life together. And he picked up his black Levi's jacket, put it on, and he leave out the door. And I hadn't seen him since. I haven't seen him since. Uh, as a matter of fact, word on the street is that he ended up getting 10 years after that, or whatever much time he got. I think it was 10 years. He ended up getting some time after that, where until I ended up going to jail or whatnot. And fast forward, while I was in jail, what year was that? 2005. 2005, he ended up having a heart attack and passing away. So when he left that day after telling me he's gonna come back, I still was on the ooh I still was on the streets for maybe a year or so and hadn't seen him. So that was my last time seeing him walk out the door with that black Levi jacket on, and him telling me that he gonna get his life together, but never seen him again. And he ended up passing. So rest in peace to my pops. He died in 2005, I guess. Yeah, 2005. I guess no, was it 2005? I don't. In 2009. My bad. I think 2009. I don't know. I got to research. I don't remember. Damn, that's crazy. But that's how I put that out of my brain. It might have been 2005 or 2009. But anyway, that's the end of that story. That's the end of the story. The body bowl with the chunk of it being about my dad. But that's it for this episode of Thousand Bodies Podcast. Uh, we're going to be back here on Wednesday. We also, like I said, we have another show coming, which is called Live in the Comments with King Gerald Jones, where I'm going to read all the comments from social media. It's going to be live. So make sure you like, share, subscribe. What else? I guess that concludes this episode. Uh, Make sure you remember to be fruitful and don't forget to multiply. Have a good weekend.